So welcome. Hopefully you saw the sign-in sheet in the back, and I'm trading signatures and a sign-in for water and chocolate. If you feel you need to get some during the presentation, just feel free to hop up, get some. Everybody get logged in okay?
No.
No?
I got a pop.
Okay.
I got ponies. I already signed it.
I gotta go.
Just sent you.
Oh,
We should
You
go
get in
and
there, you
go.
go.
I like to be there.
Yeah, click
I
on
do
it.
too.
Okay, everybody in, signed in okay? Okay. Well, today we're gonna go over the Google Apps for Education stuff, and from what I understand, when Brandon rolled this out, you guys hadn't had any formal training on this, so you've kind of learned along as you went. I'm gonna try to pull some things together that maybe you haven't seen before with some of the different programs, the email, word processing, and those type of things. A little bit of background about myself. I know some of the faces in the room, but some of you I haven't seen yet, or I've seen you just in passing. My name is Tony Linsmeyer. I'm the classroom technology coach for Brandon Schools from Bartech. I do the training things, but I also help, do tickets and those type of things. So you might see me running around in the buildings. A little background about myself. I've been working with computers since the IBM XT and the Apple II were new. Now, I've put this presentation on before with some of the teachers who are a little bit younger than I am, and there have been a couple of times when I've said the IBM XT and the Apple II, and they were looking at me like I was talking about vinyl records. Does everybody in here have at least heard of those things? I felt there was a couple of times I felt really old and a couple of those. My first computer was a Commodore 64, with to the school district, and then prior to that after that I did network support in a school district, where the joke was is we supported anything with a power cord. We did the computers, we did the projectors, copiers, the pop machine, the fan, the laminator, the pencil sharpener.
It's not working, Tony.
It's not working, we had to fix it. And that's when I also started getting into tech integration, where I helped people start working with technology into their day-to-day functions. Bachelor's in Education from the University of Toledo and a master's degree from Bowling Green State University. So here's what we're going to be going today. We're here from 9 until 11. First part, we're going to go for about 50 minutes. We're going to talk about Google Mail, and we're going to talk about Calendar, and then Documents. And then the second session, we're going to do some more about Mail, Context, some more about calendaring. We're going to kind of just do a beginning level, and then the second part will be a little bit more in-depth. And then at the end, part of this, I'll send you guys a link, or you'll have this document to be able to do a little survey to let me know what you thought about this session and what you'd like to see further training on. So, what's new in Google? At this point, I'm going to kind of switch off from what I have here on the screen and just kind of take you on a little tour of the setup. Look at Google Mail right now. And the new Compose window. Over here, to start a new message, you click the Compose button. So as I said, here in the Compose window, one of the things that is, obviously we know what the to-line does here, is that's where we put in our, who you're going to send the message to. What they've done is they kind of changed and put the carbon copy and blind carbon copy fields over here to the right, and if you click on those, it inserts those. One of the things that is, and I'm going to say this just to say we covered the basics, but everybody understands what a carbon copy is, correct? That's who else you want the message to go to. Do you know what the BCC or blind carbon copy stands for? Okay, one of the things that the blind carbon copy field does that it helps out, and specifically for those who have to send out emails to parents, and you have this long list of email addresses, and you want to send out to parents, hey, track meeting today or something like that, where you blast out an email to a bunch of people. In the world of internet etiquette and privacy, some parents may not be too happy with the idea that all the other parents know what their email address is. And when you send out an email to somebody, and to a large group of people, and you put everybody's address in the to line, the person who receives that email sees everybody else's email address. So personally, it doesn't bother me, but I could see how somebody, hey, I didn't want everybody, it's kind of like that whole, now you're going to get solicitation phone calls and those type of things. But the way to prevent that from happening is, if you take any message that you put in, or I'm sorry, any address that you put in the blind carbon copy field, when the person receives that message, the only addresses that they see when they receive it is the ones in the to line. So as an example, if you want to send out a list and you only want the parents, you want to send it to all the parents, but you don't want them to see everybody, you take and put your address in the to line, because you have to put something in the to line. You can't just leave a message without a recipient. And then you put everybody else's address in the blind carbon copy field. When you send that email out, everybody still gets it, but the only thing that they see who it came from is you, because that's your address in the to line. Just kind of a little courtesy, yes.
So you can also put in, because I have groups that are, you can just put in your whole group in
Yep.
that blank copy, okay.
Yep, you can put groups, yeah, we'll talk about groups later and,
Okay.
and context and those type of things. What that does is, like I said, it kind of hides that long list from everybody, so that